How do organisms reproduce? Session 4. In this module, we are going to learn about fission. The different methods of asexual reproduction are fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, vegetative propagation, and spore formation. Once again, I repeat, the different methods are fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding, vegetative propagation, and spore formation. Let us learn each in detail. Let's begin with the first type of asexual reproduction, fission. In unicellular organisms, fission is the method by which they produce new individuals. In unicellular organisms like bacteria, protozoa, they all resort to fission. What is fission? It is nothing but division, dividing of a cell into two or many parts. So, fission is a type of asexual reproduction in which a cell or the parent cell divides into two or many parts or many equal parts or new individuals is called as fission. So, fission is the type of reproduction which is done by unicellular organisms. Is it clear? Unicellular organisms. And depending upon how many new individuals are formed from a single parent cell, there are two types of fission. The first is binary fission and the second type of fission is called as multiple fission. What does binary stands for? It stands for two. The binary fission is the type of fission in which the parent cell divides into two equal halves. The two equal halves of two new individuals is called as binary fission. So, amoeba divides by binary fission. We know what is amoeba. It's a protozoa. It is a unicellular organism which has no particular shape. It does not have any particular shape. So, amoeba, let's see how it divides by binary fission. So, first, the parent nucleus, the nucleus divides first, and the division of nucleus is called as karyokinesis. So first the nuclei divides into two daughter nuclei, and then it is followed by the division of the cytoplasm and is called as cytokinesis. So karyokinesis followed by cytokinesis. Karyokinesis results in two daughter nuclei and cytokinesis results in two daughter amoebas. So it began with a single amoeba and it finally ends up in two daughter amoeba or two daughter individuals. Is it clear? And that is called as binary fission. Does it have any particular shape? Does amoeba have any particular shape? So the division can take place in any plane. The plane of division can vary. It is transverse, but it can divide in any plane, and that's called as binary fission in amoeba. Have you heard of Leishmania? It is also a protozoa and it causes a disease in humans. Do you know which is the disease? It is Kala Azar, or it is called as black fever. So Leishmania, it's a protozoa, but it is having a bit more organized structure when compared to amoeba. It also reproduces by binary fission, but the binary fission is a bit different when compared to amoeba. Do you know what is the difference? If you look at the structure of Leishmania, it is having a whip-like structure. It's having a whip-like structure, and this whip is used for locomotion. But this whip is not present in amoeba. In amoeba, the fission can take place in any plane because it does not have any particular shape. Whereas Leishmania has a bit more organized structure. So in case of Leishmania, the binary fission occurs in a definite orientation with relation to its structure. And this picture we can see how Leishmania is undergoing fission. It is in a longitudinal plane, whereas in amoeba it can take place in any plane. So that's about binary fission in which the parent cell divides into two equal halves. Now what's the other type of fission? It is multiple fission. So multiple fission is a type of fission in which the parent cell divides into many new individuals, and that's called as multiple fission. Here the nuclei divides many times to give rise to many new individuals. A classic example of multiple fission is by Plasmodium. We have learned what is Plasmodium. It's a protozoa which causes malaria. And Plasmodium divides by multiple fission, or it increases the number by means of multiple fission. In this picture we can see the Plasmodium, the malarial parasite, which has increased in number by means of multiple fission. There are a large number of daughter cells which is produced from a single parent cell. So dear children, we finished with fission, in which the parent cell divides into two equal halves or many new individuals. And accordingly, there are two types of fission: binary fission and multiple fission. Amoeba divides by binary fission. We can see the mother cell dividing into two daughter cells which are identical to each other. And this is called as binary fission, since two daughter cells are produced. In amoeba, as it does not have a particular shape, the splitting of the two cells during the cell division can take place in any plane, and it was in the transverse plane, and hence called transverse binary fission. This is also a protozoa, namely Leishmania, which causes black fever or Kala Azar. We can see it's having a whip-like structure. And binary fission in Leishmania occurs in a different orientation in relation to its specific structure in the longitudinal plane.
Interestingly, the malarial parasite
malaria in humans
Plasmodium
is a protozoa
is also a
which
unicellular
causes
organism.
malaria, and it divides by multiple
Plasmodium,
fission.
however,
The nuclei
reproduces
divides
by
many
multiple
times,
fission.
and from a
That
single
is, it
parent
divides
cell,
into many
a
daughter
large
cells
number of daughter cells are produced.